Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
We go tonight. Right 20.
54 Mike. You don't want nothing. Pick up the ball. Check nickel.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
17. Go, 12. Let's go. Hey, Wahoo.
Check three.
A shotgun snap for gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods.
There we go.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
2-jet bomber. 2-jet bomber.
56. Mike, 56.
2 for 1.
56.
3rd and 2. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Black 20. Ric Flair.
In the face. He's coming. Double up.
Able to push his way through. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there at a first down for L.A. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a first down. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Step 1 in. Black 80.
57. Come on. 3 ball.
First carry for James Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 27, Newton buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Samson Abuka able to record his 5th sack of the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The first down run with Gurley, a good one. He gets forward for 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a run?
Now Brown, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there. His guys will get the football back.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Off in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
Hold on. Check. Bang! Louis. Bang! We're good.
Here's Goff. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down.
We go tonight. 20.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Tonight. 20.
Check. Watch 54. Cut.
We're good.
Goff now looks to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
They just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
20.
Now Newton on first down. Try to lay one up deep. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
You've got plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
No, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Here's Newton. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that'll make the score 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Samson Abukum, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Newton, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Newton escaping the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Newton to throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Newton now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. That's going to be caught. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers get a score closer.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Here we go.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And Newton's going to keep it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Slam. Kill. 25. Check 25.
Newton takes it himself. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
After the run, Newton going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Off play action. Newton. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 9, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
4th down and goal.
59.
Gun.
They snap it to Newton. Flushed out right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
I'm here all day. Mike 51.
Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun. Gone. This will be caught by Brown. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 97 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw, Newton. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Newton now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun, gun.
From the 50, Newton. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abuka make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that deep.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
17-yard line.
What? Hey, shell. Blue draw Corkers. Hey, let's go. Go ground. From
the gun, here's Goff. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Goff. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Oh, good move. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, LA. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Corey Littleton in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Newton. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. The tight end, Kittle, has it on the left side. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Super one.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
20.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
8.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On 1st down, Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
8.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
20. Here we go.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back now in Los Angeles. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They come out here in the eye.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get them 1 closer. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Let's get this. Let's get this.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant. Hey! Mike, check.
Here's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Rams on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Whoa. Switch.
Here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ready?
Mike is 59.
Gun. Ready?
On 1st down, Newton. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And now he's going to use, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Cam Newton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers get a score closer.
But this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We've been witnessing a tale of 2 halves, really. Total domination on one side in half one. And now things have flipped, and after that last touchdown, it's a 2-score game.
And now their offense isn't just attacking the defense. They're actually attacking the other offense because they are rolling on the other side of the ball right now. They've got to calm it down. They've got to take control and find a way to put this game away.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Check pass. Check back.
Oh, design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They're going to have to make a few additional changes along the way because...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 13, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dante Pettis, 77 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get them one closer. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Hey, exit.
Goff going to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. On 1st down, it's gone. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from Exposition Park in L.A.